So what we're trying to get businesses to do is be in the right location. So I'll show you how it works. Here we are on the ZoomProspector website. Let's say I was looking for 75,000, a community of 75,000 people at least. And I'm going to hire mostly educated folks, so 30% with a bachelor's degree, mostly white-collar workers. And I also want young and educated. So these are kind of the talented, cheap labor of folks who are coming straight out of school. I want to be near a university because that's my talent generator. I want to be somewhere where they have invested venture capital. In this case, let's say 5 million as a minimum, and that 5 companies have been funded. And I don't want to go anything farther than 30 minutes away from where I live to get to work. And I also need to be near an airport because I travel on business. So where are these places? I don't know, but ZoomProspector tells us, okay? Places like Salt Lake City, Charlotte, Minneapolis, Beaverton. And down here I get the first blush of a comparison of those locations. I'm going to select San Jose. And here then you can see information if I want to drill down into deeper data. But here is some basic information about San Jose. So it's nearly 1 million people, pretty decent job growth, fairly educated, 40% have bachelor's degrees, 67% white collar. Look, there's a lot of creative professionals, folks like who are going to Web 2.0 that are in the area. And you can see it's pretty innovative. A lot of patents created out of San Jose with about $1/3 billion in venture capital invested in the previous year. And the homes are a little bit pricey. You can also see access to airports. Now, if I already knew what community I wanted to be in or get research in, let's say I just say, I want to look at San Francisco. So I can search, and it's also going to pull up that information without doing the query. So if I'm looking, or if I know, I can get to the data either way. Same thing, you can see here, very high level of creative professionals and universities in the area, and nearly $1 billion in venture capital invested. If you look down at, and also even higher home prices, down below you can actually see what the quality of the labor force is. So I know how many people there are in these different industries. For example, in information, which is what most of us are in, the average salary is $94,000, and there's about 22,000 of the people in the information industry here in San Francisco. This is deep data, and it goes deeper. The second major thing you can do on the website is you can search for properties. So after you've identified where you want to be, you can go in and look for the place that would match. So I'm going to look in Texas for an office building between 5,000 and 10,000 square feet. I search, I get all of these matches. I can also, for example, here click on the profiles of those communities or look at other properties. So I'm going to select one of those properties on 524 East Lamar. It zooms me in. So I mentioned before we can go much deeper. I'm going to show you an example of that. So here I click to get the full property detail. Before I talked about the community, now I can get site-specific information. So I'm going to click on demographics and look at what the labor force is within 5 minutes of this location. Everything's created on the fly. Or if I want to map the businesses that may be competition or synergy around that location, it maps it by industry so you can see the concentrations of all of those businesses. The map layers are also deep. So I'm going to zoom out and I can show you, for example, if I want to turn on the zoning, instead of going down to City Hall, which may take me a few hours, I can pull up this information in seconds. Or if I want to look at traffic counts, because visibility is important for my business, I can then see that. Or this is where there is a tax incentive area. If I locate there, I can't benefit from those tax incentives. We also, the third major piece is to combine both of those. So you can search for the properties and the communities all at the same time. So we search, I use the exact same parameters. It shows me that these are some of the locations. That's Boston. We look at other communities. For the other matches, a lot in Boston, actually. and also in Minneapolis. So the point is you can search for properties, you can search for communities, or you can do a powerful search putting both of those things together. So this is the basic concept. It's something that's been in the works. Our goal is to help a lot of businesses succeed. I know some of the people in here are entrepreneurs, folks who have put every dime that they have into their business or running their businesses on credit card debt. It's a shame for any of you or for any business to lose their business because they made the wrong decision about where to locate, because that is the hardest thing to change. We're breaking open those doors. We're going to make it easy for businesses to make those decisions. So I'd like to thank you. I'd like to thank my co-founder, Pablo Monzon, Kevin Knapp, who's the senior architect, Chad Catacho, who's our marketing director, and Brad Toker, who's our VP of sales. But most of all, I'd like to thank all of you for coming out tonight and learning about how we're trying to help the business community in the work we do. Thank you.